push the snow to the side of the street.
Wait for the turn.
Good evening, Cynthiana. I would like to call this regular meeting of the Cynthiana Board of Commissioners to order. Join me in a quick invocation. Gracious God, bless our city and all that call it home. Guide us in wisdom and our workers with strength, our families with peace. Watch over our neighborhoods, protect those that serve, and inspire us to care for one another with kindness and unity. May our community continue to grow in hope, opportunity, and love. Amen. First item on the agenda is approval of minutes. I will entertain a motion to approve the November 4th regular meeting minutes.
So move.
I'll second.
Commissioner Matt Miller?
Yes.
Commissioner Connor?
Yes. Ma'am.
Commissioner Taylor?
Yes, ma'am.
Taylor. Peoples?
It's okay. Either way.
Commissioner Slade?
Yes, ma'am.
Mayor Daley?
Yes, motion carries. Next up is legals. We have municipal order 2025-4. John?
Thank you, Mayor. A municipal order, excuse me, of the City of Cynthiana amending the City of Cynthiana Employee Handbook 2023 edition to allow firefighters separating from City of Cynthiana employment in good standing to be paid out up to 720 hours of accrued but unused sick hours. Be it ordered by the City Commission of the City of Cynthiana, Kentucky as follows. Section 1. Section 9 of the sick leave policy of the City of Cynthiana as shown on page 103 of the Cynthiana Employee Handbook 2023 edition is hereby amended to read as follows. Employees separating from City of Cynthiana but not eligible for the County Employee Standard Unused Sick Leave Program will be compensated for accumulated sick leave as follows. Payout of sick leave for employees that the city considers as voluntarily separating from city service is subject to the following limitations. Employees and firefighters with less than 5 years of service will not be compensated for accrued but unused sick hours. After 5 years of service, employees will be paid out up to 160 hours of accrued but unused sick hours. Firefighters will be paid out up to 240 hours of accrued but unused sick hours. After 10 years of service, employees will be paid out up to 480 hours of accrued but unused sick hours. And then this language is being added. After 10 years of service, firefighters will be paid out up to 720 hours of accrued but unused sick hours. Employees terminated from city service are not eligible for payout of sick leave. The applicable hourly rate for both exempt and non-exempt employees will be calculated as provided in Section 5 of the handbook. The municipal order, which officially amends the City of Cynthiana Employee Handbook 2023 edition, is effective immediately.
I will entertain a motion to approve municipal order 2025-4.
I move approval.
I'll second.
Commissioner Slade?
Yes, ma'am.
Commissioner Peoples?
Yes, ma'am.
Commissioner Connor?
Yes, ma'am.
Commissioner Matt Miller?
Yes.
Mayor Daley?
Yes, motion carries. Thank you.
Ordinance number 1682, and ordinance amending ordinance 1658 of the Code of Ordinances of the City of Cynthiana, amending pay grade and salary scale for the Water Distribution Coordinator. Be it ordained by the City Commission of the City of Cynthiana that ordinance number 1658 relating to class titles, pay grades, and salary scales for established positions for the City of Cynthiana is hereby amended as it relates to the Water Distribution Coordinator. The grade of the Water Distribution Coordinator is amended from grade 24 to grade 26, as shown on Exhibit A attached hereto, incorporated herein by reference. All other provisions of Ordinance 1658 relating to class titles, pay grades, and salary scales for established positions shall remain in full force and effect. The ordinance shall become effective upon approval, passage, and publication as required by law.
I'll entertain a motion for the first reading of ordinance number 1682.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Commissioner Connor?
Yes, ma'am.
Commissioner Peoples?
Yes, ma'am.
Commissioner Slade?
Yes, ma'am.
Commissioner Matt Miller?
Yes.
Mayor Daley?
Yes, motion carries. As far as my report, I will try to be as brief as possible. I've been reminded several times today that there is a basketball game at 6:30. So since our last meeting, I attended a ribbon cutting Bluegrass Area Development District's annual meeting I had a meeting, and myself and Todd Blanton had a meeting with Kentucky American Water. It was just a friendly utility neighbor meeting. Elizabeth and I volunteered at God's Pantry. We had a Cynthiana Housing Authority meeting. I attended the high school Veterans Day program. We had a pre-bid walkthrough for construction companies for our Fire Station 1, which is more good progress there. Meeting about the city Christmas parade, which is coming up on December 6th at 5:30. I wanted to plug that and encourage all to come out and see that or participate. We had a sign unveiling for our new city signs, which are located on 27 South and right across Joby Hall Bridge on Main Street. I had a meeting with Loomis Group, who is the group that manages the Harrison House. They come from Virginia quarterly and give me an update on the progress. There is good continued progress there. Some residents are transitioning over to Cynthiana Housing Authority units. The property has had a walkthrough inspection, and I believe continues to move towards the progress of a sale, but no solid news on that at this time. Myself, Todd and Keith at the Water Department and Brad at Wastewater had our Bluegrass Ad Unit 2 program ranking meeting for water and wastewater projects. We were there in full force. Utility companies in the surrounding area was not, which bodes very well for our ranking for funding for those projects at the state level. I also had a meeting over occupational tax with the judge, sort of to talk about our local government's financial standing. I want to thank Autumn Terhune and our office for her work on helping me prepare for that meeting. I just wanted to say from this past fiscal year, which is now completely in the books, and the year before, we had a 5.2% increase. From 2015, the numbers there, to 2025, we're looking at about a 40% increase in our occupational tax dollars. That speaks volumes for the position that a lot of our industry is in this community. They're in a strong place, and the city continues to move into a better financial position. We truly all rise together with things like that. I wanted to touch on our property at 139 and the sale of that property. Due to oversight somewhere, the proposals now are deadlined for December 1st at 11 a.m. and they will be opened on December 2nd. So that's an update there. We continue to encourage people to think creatively on what they could do with that property. And if you would like a walkthrough of that property, you need just contact City Hall's office. I have an email to share with the commission. It is addressed to you all as well as myself. It is from the GAH Foundation. I'll let you read it and we can revisit this at another day. There's no urgent action that is needed, but I did want to share that letter with you all. I also received a letter today from the Director of Division of Water informing me that the city has secured its emerging contaminants grant for the tune of $1.991 million for the GAC treatment facility. So we continue to gain funding and make progress towards that very important infrastructure project. I have an agreement that I'm going to give to John and have him look over that discusses the proposal from Bluegrass Ad in regards to that drug allocation for Bluegrass Recovery Initiative. If anybody did have any questions about that, I hadn't received anything from anyone. But if you look over that proposal that was submitted and you have any questions, please feel free to ask now or an email later. And, oh, and on a day that we're not in a time crunch of a UK basketball game, we do need to revisit our city strategic plan. If you do not have your booklet anymore, if the dog ate it or you lost it or you scribbled all over it and you want a fresh one to start over in, just please let me know. But we will be revisiting our strategic plan before the year ends. And I believe that is the end of my report. Commissioner of Public Property and Finance, Commissioner Matt Miller.
Hey, Mayor, what were those dates on the 139?
December 1st.
That is the last day.
Yes.
And it opens when?
It is open.
Okay, got it.
It has been open.
Yes,
December 1st at 11 a.m.
got it. We've got some bills to pay during this time period. And in the general fund, there are $134,032. In the water and sewer fund, our bills are $93,211. And I'll make a motion that we pay those bills.
Second.
Commissioner Matt Miller?
Yes, ma'am.
Commissioner Slade?
Yes, ma'am.
Commissioner Peoples?
Yes, ma'am.
Commissioner Connor?
Yes, ma'am.
Mayor Daley?
Yes, ma'am. Motion carries.
Cash in the bank in the general fund, $261,425. Cash in the bank in the water and sewer fund, $495,723. And municipal road aid fund, $147,939. That's all I have, Mayor.
Thank you, Commissioner. Commissioner of Police Safety, Commissioner Peoples.
Yes, we'll also keep it short tonight. Would like to make a motion to authorize to offer employment to an individual as an SRO police officer contingent upon successful completion of all pre-employment requirements.
I'll second that motion.
Commissioner Peoples?
Yes, ma'am.
Commissioner Connor?
Yes, ma'am.
Commissioner Slade?
Yes, ma'am.
Commissioner Matt Miller?
Yes.
Mayor Daley?
Yes, motion carries.
I will save the report for next meeting. We have a 6:30 deadline.
Okay.
That is all of my report.
Okay, thank you. Commissioner of Fire Safety and Emergency Services, Commissioner Slade.
Thank you, man. I'm gonna apologize. I won't be as quick. We make it by 6:30, I promise. You'll have time to get home. First thing I wanna do is, I would move to authorize to hire Joshua Lane as a part-time certified telecommunicator, and the salary would be commensurate with the position.
I'll second.
Commissioner Slade?
Yes, ma'am.
Commissioner Peoples?
Yes, ma'am.
Commissioner Connor?
Yes, ma'am.
Commissioner Matt Miller?
Yes.
Mayor Daley?
Yes, motion carries.
I'd also make a motion to authorize to advertise internally for an assistant fire chief.
I'll second that.
Commissioner Slade?
Yes, ma'am.
Commissioner Connor?
Yes, ma'am.
Commissioner Peoples?
Yes, ma'am.
Commissioner Matt Miller?
Yes.
Mayor Daley?
Yes, motion carries.
The other thing I have, and I'm gonna let Chief Chafee come in on this, we have got an opportunity through the Kentucky Fire Commission, correct? Most people don't know that firefighters are 60% more likely to have cardiovascular or cancer than the regular population due to their exposure to chemicals. And we have an opportunity to get in on a program, it's a reimbursement program. I'm gonna give you the nutshell and then he's gonna jump in, where they can be screened. There's an initial cost, but the city would be reimbursed for each firefighter that accepts the screening, and it's just early detection for those. And you can add, he knows more about it, but it's something that we're thinking about, we wanna do. I think we should do it. Probably won't be any action that we need to take tonight, I don't think, but just more informational. So I'm gonna let Chief Chafee tell us a little bit more about that.
It's a program just getting started. They're allocating dollars to reimbursements. There's companies that come in, I've been speaking with some other chiefs and retired chiefs that come in. 70% of the line of duty deaths in firefighting are due to cancer or heart disease. So they're starting to allocate money to do this. There's a non-invasive screening that they can do that is an ultrasound. It's approximately $325 per person. I'm not making it mandatory or anything on the guys, but it can catch early detection and you can get things fixed. And stipulations, like you've got to be on the job at least 3 years, and they'll do this program every 3 years for it, but I'm hoping I can go through everybody that wants to do it, even guys that have just been hired, and that way they have a baseline, and 3 years from now, they can start to tag, see if there's any changes, but, it's early in the program, I just want to throw it past everybody, I've got to get information to the fire commission, and then they will send over paperwork, but I just kind of want to put this into your heads as something maybe we can go on and do. Yes, we'll be out some money in the beginning, but it will be reimbursed as soon as the testing is done. I don't know when the testing will be done, it's whenever they can set it, it could be between now and July, I really don't know. But they were really trying to go after some of the smaller departments to do this. The money is there, so we're hoping we can hop on this and keep an eye on the guys on our help.
Because you don't need any action from us tonight, right?
I don't know. I'm gonna submit, by Friday, how many guys to the fire commission that are interested in doing it. He's gonna send me some paperwork and I'll show that to you, and then maybe we can make a decision if we'd like to move forward with it.
And to me, if we're good, especially if we're going to reimburse, to me, it's a no-brainer. If, you know, it's not
So
gonna-
if you wanna say yes tonight, that's okay. But, if you would like to wait, let me get some more information for you, because I've just learned about this. I can get you more information, and
Okay.
we can go from there if you'd like.
Yeah.
Is there a deadline? Like, is there a deadline?
No, I'm just trying to get into it before a whole bunch of the other
Right.
departments, so, you know.
100%.
I will by Friday send him an email how many of my guys wanna do it, and I'm gonna try to get the information people need from the city, and then I'll try to get that to you, and you can look it over, and we can move from there, we will not be binding on anything at that point.
The other thing I have is not really my department, I'm gonna pass these down to you guys. I have been talking, this has been something I've thought about for a long time, and I talked to Elizabeth about it, and I talked to, I mentioned to John about working on this. This is an ordinance I had him work up, which obviously is, the final decision lays with this body, but something I want us to think about is, over the past 15 years or so, we have expectations of our mayor, no matter who, you know, he or she is. And, you know, I know back before, the mayor used to make like $12,000 a year, and we took it up to like $30,000. And at that point, we said we wanted the mayor to work 40 hours, a minimum of 40 hours a week. And I know when James was mayor, and I've seen it with Mayor Daley too, you know, I'll call him sometimes at 8 o'clock, and he's on his way back from a meeting, or I'll walk from the theater, and he's in his office. So, you know, our mayors are working full-time hours with part-time pay. Also, and don't take this personal, Mayor Daley, I don't know if you've announced that you're gonna run again or not, but I've talked to some people, and they're like, you know, I would consider running for mayor, but you can't make a living on what you pay your mayor, you know? And I was like, yeah, I agree. So I'd had John work up something. I think if we're going to require our mayor to work full-time out, 40-plus hours, that they should have a livable salary and, you know, be able to participate in retirement. Another reason I wanted to bring this up now is we actually have, and John can correct me, but I think we have until the Tuesday before the election in May to make this official. But if we were to give the raise, I think we're going from, I don't know the exact salary, but on this one, in 2019, it was $30,000, and I am suggesting, and this is just a number I threw out. Obviously, it's up to this commission to say no or yes or more or less. But I threw in, you know, it's a base salary, $55,000 with benefits, and they can participate in retirement. The reason I want to do this now is anybody who's going to consider to run in the next election, they have to announce in January. I think it's January 2nd, 4th. I don't know what the date is.
Ninth.
It's that
9th.
first week, yeah.
So, you know, I wouldn't want us to do this. If we do it now and somebody is considering to run, then they would know this and say, hey, this is a livable salary. I think I have the skill set to do this. And if we don't do it, I'm not saying we have to do it tonight, but if we don't do it within that window, then I wouldn't want to do it till after the next election, because if, let's just say Mayor Daley is the only one running, and we do it after the fact, then it looks like we're giving him a raise. And that we're actually giving the next mayor a raise, whoever he or she may be. So I wouldn't want to do this after that window of announcement could happen. But I just, you know, I keep thinking, we've had good mayors in the past. You know, I can name several that I know in my lifetime, but there was also a time when the mayors were either independently wealthy or they were retired. And, you know, somebody who was in their 30s, early 40s would not be able to, you know, at $30,000 a year, and we expecting it to be full-time, it's hard to make a living. So, you know, I give respect to what James had done and what Mayor Daley's doing now. So this is something I want us to think about. I had John write the ordinance up. We don't have to vote on it tonight. Obviously, there may be some questions we have, but I would like for us to, if we're gonna entertain it, you guys could say we don't wanna do it at all. I would like to do it in that window of time when people can announce, so that way they can say, hey, yeah, that's a livable salary, I think I'd make a great mayor. And I wouldn't wanna do it after that and just look like we're giving a raise to, if there's only one candidate running. And also, for transparency, Commissioner Slade has no plans ever to run for mayor, so you know, it's not for me or anybody that I know. I just think that we should give our mayors a livable salary if we're going to require them to do full-time, over 40 hours a week work, so. And obviously, we can talk about it, and that number could be lowered, could be raised, we could look at it, we could add some expectations. I don't know if that would be in the ordinance or if that would be in the employee handbook of, you know, expectations or job qualifications or whatnot. So I just wanted to put that out there for us to talk about, and I would like to do it before January just because I want it to be in that window of when people, are, if they're considering it, they would know what the salary is for the next mayor. It wouldn't go into effect till January the 1st, 2027 after the next election. Does that make sense? Is it clear enough? Any questions or comments?
I like this, and we've all had it in front of us, and if there's some reason why we need to study it some more, let's do that. But I have looked at it, and I'm very positive about it, and the time thing really concerns me because the next meeting will be in the second week of December, and we're running out of time. It makes me think we ought to go on and vote on it tonight. And I understand, but we've had this in front of us,
This
at
is,
least I have.
this is actually the first time I'm seeing this, Matt Miller. I'll be
Okay.
honest with you. So I'll be honest with you, I will need a little time with it. I'm 100% open to it.
Right. Got it.
I think that it's valid,
Got
but
it.
I just don't want to make a rash decision.
Okay.
We do have 3 regular scheduled meetings between now and the deadline.
Yeah, and that's, you know, and I just wanted it, we could do it after the deadline. I would vote against it I wouldn't even want to bring it up because I don't want it,
Right.
if we do it before the deadline and somebody's out there listening to us or they read in the paper and they think, hey, I think I could do a great job, you know. I don't even know if you're gonna run again or not, and I don't want 7 people to run against you, but if there's 7 people that are thinking they can, that's how our system works. I just want them to realize this is a salary increase for the next mayor after the next election, you know, and we're expecting full-time work. And, you know, it's a salaried position, so if they work 60 hours a week, they don't get reimbursed anything overtime. And it also, there's some benefits in there. So that's what I thought about that for a while. And the timing has just never been right. But it's something I would like us to look into, and I absolutely don't have to take any action on it tonight. But I would like maybe to bring it up at the next meeting, just so we can,
Right.
so we can get into that window, and that way we have time to talk about if we need to put in, you know, I think if we put any job expectations, that wouldn't actually be in the ordinance, wouldn't it? It'd be in the handbook?
Well, I don't think that the mayor actually has he doesn't have
Description?
job description in there as far as that, because he's an elected official, so.
Okay.
But I mean, I guess that's something we could discuss with
Listen,
John and have it.
There's a brief job description in the actual ordinance.
And,
Yeah.
It- But He doesn't have a job description, I don't think, in this new
Yeah, there's
manual,
not
in this
anything there.
2023
No,
manual that we have.
Yeah, nor-
The
nor
elected
does the
officials don't
commissioner.
have
No,
job
no,
descriptions,
we
but there's
don't
an
need-
ordinance that,
Yes.
and it's real general and kind of vague,
Yeah.
but there is a job description, so to speak, in the ordinance.
Yeah, and I guess my thought process, and I'll let it go because I know we're on a timeline, but I just want us going forward to be able to recruit the best, and it doesn't necessarily have to be somebody that's, you know, retired or, you know, we get some young blood and compensate them
It
as
kind
such.
it kind of defines the direction of our commission. And from what was the original commission form of government. And it goes along really well with our increase in the occupational tax income. But when we put the mayor and we pay him, which is, as you know, I'm very positive about this, it kind of puts a different definition on our form of government.
I would agree with you.
Yeah,
I think that,
and that's
you know,
good.
I think that the form of government we have is the ultimate form of democracy, and it kind of puts us all on a level playing field.
Yes.
And so I think that personally, I would say that would negate this. Again, I'm open to it, but I think based on our form of government, that would technically arguably negate this, because if we are all on a, you know, if we are all virtually, like, when I went to that class in January before, you know, to learn about commission systems and how city commission, or how city political systems work, they basically explained it to me as if we are all commissioners, and the mayor has the ability or has the power to appoint to boards and directors, and signing contracts on behalf of the city that are passed by said commission. Because of that, that is where I have an internal fight with myself, because do I agree that more of a livable salary or a wage? I think that that's valid, but based on the commission, they're based on our city government, you know, every commissioner takes over or is responsible for a main artery of the city. So like, the workload is divided, I would argue, a fair bit.
Yeah, but in theory, that means I'm going to do as much work as the mayor now does with regard to financing property, and I don't.
We make, so here it says 7,200, that was established in
Yeah.
2003. That's what commissioners get paid. It says the mayor is getting paid 30,000. So we're already establishing that difference. If that's just what it looks like on paper. It already shows here that there is that increase based saying that the mayor does more than the commission, which I would agree with you. But I think that it only brings the question of, if we raise this one, are we gonna do we have to raise all of them? Because the commission hadn't been changed since 2003. That's not in personal gain. I just think that that's where the mind goes. If you're going to increase one, now it's just gonna create that snowball effect.
But then, of course, the cost of living thing has had a significant increase on what annually on what the commissioners
Absolutely.
are getting.
Absolutely. Cost of living, there's no argument. Inflation is what it is every single year.
In the volume of work that the mayor has to do now versus what I've seen in the past has really tremendously grown. I constantly tell Isaac that I appreciate him personally, because he's always going to go somewhere. You have to literally make sure he's gonna be in before you just pop in the office. This board as a whole has done a tremendous amount of work, and we're all working hard, and very time consuming. I am not opposed to this and Isaac has done a tremendous job with the workload that he's had. And I feel this board has done a tremendous job with the workload they've had equally. We do have a special form of government in the way that our Powers is lined it out. I'm not against this, none. I'm totally for it. I'm just saying that the volume of work has increased, which is a good thing because that means we're growing and we're being productive. And this community is truly blessed by the volume of work that we're getting completed. We've done a lot. And I think sometimes the public doesn't realize how much this board has truly done.
And that's what I wanted to bring it up. I don't want a reading or a vote on this tonight. And obviously, if somebody comes up, lower that number, change that number, whatever, we can contact Attorney Lair and have that. I just think, I don't want us to go back, and I'm not even thinking about Mayor Daley, I don't want us to go back to where we have mayors, I think it's required 40 hours a week now. I don't want us to go back where, you know, the mayor's in the office for 1 hour a day, not sitting on the board, and your points are extremely valid. And in a commission form of government especially, because the power is divided among the 5 of us. But I do want us to go, because I know you sit on a lot of meetings, and you go and, you know, I work a full-time job, and sometimes you step in for me at the fire station when I can't be there. I'm like, I can't take off work, you know, and I'm not required to put 40 hours in as a commissioner. Some weeks it feels like it, some weeks I don't put in, but, you know, so that was my thought, and I do want us to think about it and revisit it, but I just, if we're gonna do it, and this board feels it's the best thing, and it may not be, I just want us to do it within this window, so we're not giving a raise to the sitting, we can't give a raise to the sitting mayor anyway, but if he were to be the only person that runs, I want it to be now in this window where somebody can say, yeah, I could be a great mayor, and now I can make a living doing that. So that was my whole purpose of bringing it up now. So with that, if we don't have any more discussion about that, though, that's all I have, guys.
One other thing, go Cats.
Still got public utilities.
Yes. Commissioner of Public Utilities and Works, Commissioner Collins.
Sorry about that, Commissioner Connor.
That's fine. He's so special. I'd like to make a motion to authorize to advertise internally for a distribution operator trainee.
Second.
I'm sorry, who was the second? Commissioner Corner,
Yes, ma'am.
Commissioner Slade,
Yes, ma'am.
Commissioner Peoples,
Yes, ma'am.
Commissioner Matt Miller.
Yes.
Mayor Daley.
Yes. Motion carries.
I'd like to make another motion. I'd like to make a motion to authorize to change the job title of Matthew Baker from Assistant Maintenance Supervisor to Distribution Foreman.
Second.
Commissioner Corner,
Yes, ma'am.
Commissioner Peoples,
Yes, ma'am.
Commissioner Slade,
Yes, ma'am.
Commissioner Matt
Yes.
Miller. Mayor Daley.
Yes, motion carries.
Got a couple more. I'd like to make a motion to authorize to change the job title of Michael Goforth from Maintenance Operator 2 to Distribution Operator 1.
Second.
Commissioner Corner,
Yes, ma'am.
Commissioner Slade,
Yes, ma'am.
Commissioner Peoples,
Yes, ma'am.
Commissioner Matt Miller.
Yes.
Mayor Daley.
Yes, motion carries.
One more. I'd like to make a motion to authorize to change the job title of Brian Caskey from Meter Reader 1 to Meter Reader Trainee.
Second.
Commissioner Corner,
Yes, ma'am.
Commissioner Peoples,
Yes, ma'am.
Commissioner Slade,
Yes, ma'am.
Commissioner Matt Miller.
Yes.
Mayor Daley.
Yes, motion carries.
I'd just like to comment that this is all part of our distribution team that we've been trying to strive for. Things are starting to fall in place. It's still a work in progress. We've got to get much better. I have faith in Todd and myself that we'll get that done, but this group is really trying, but we might need a little bit more out of them, and we'll eventually get there. That's all that I have. Leaf pickup is still going on. I want to make sure everyone knows that we try to stay on track with the trash pickup. Based off of the volume, sometimes that's not always possible. Every time we have a rain like now, it takes longer to pick up leaves during a wet season versus when it's kind of dry. So this makes the job actually maybe 3 times harder than normal because you got to rake them to break them loose. And it really is a process. So the guys are working hard, but we try to stay on our trash pickup schedule.
I will entertain a motion of adjournment.
I so move.
Second.
Commissioner Connor.
Yes, ma'am.
Commissioner Peoples.
Yes, ma'am.
Commissioner Slade.
Yes, ma'am.
Commissioner Raphael.
Yes.
Mayor Daly.
Yes, motion carries, the meeting is adjourned.